Welcome to the King Closer Reacts, and today we're going to find out if the man who finished in third place in the 2023 Closer Olympics and my former student, Naaman Taylor, if he is a true closer or not. Now, the thing that I love about the video that I'm about to react to is that it was spontaneous. So it's one thing if you know you're about to do a live video, or if you're participating in the Closers Olympics, and you have your entire team, you have a transaction coordinator, you have someone there available, ready to help you comp the properties and write up contracts and be successful. It's another when you're just walking through a hallway and someone grabs you and says, hey, I have a motivated seller and I need help. Can you help me close? And you're successful. So that's what I'm excited about this video. So a little bit of background, because we're going to pick it up right as Naaman is about to be on the phone with the seller. So the background is this happened at a mastermind, and there was an attendee there that saw Robert Winsley, the CEO and owner of InvestorLift, and he grabbed Robert and he said, hey, I've got a lead in a location that I'm not familiar with, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I can sell this property. And so Robert looked it up inside of InvestorLift and said, hey, I believe we could probably sell this property for $65,000. And then he saw Naaman Taylor walking by in the hallway and grabbed him and said, hey, you finished in third place in the Closers Olympics. You're one of the nation's top closers. Can you help close this deal? That's where we're picking up the call. Let's see how Naaman does.
Hey, Tanya, it's Naaman Taylor. How are you doing today? Naaman Taylor. How are you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, I was just giving you a quick call here about your property on Fennell Ave. Are you looking to sell that property?
I am.
Okay, so right out of the gates, part of the closures formula, right? What's the first thing we want to verify that they want to sell? A little bit curious about the, hey, how are you doing today? Good. Who is this? An awkward start a little bit. Here's the thing about that. That could have just been because he wasn't even thinking about it, right? He's standing in a hotel conference hallway. I don't think that's normally a question they ask right out of the gates, but he did get right to, hey, verifying that they want to sell.
How much did you want for it?
About 60.
About 60,000. Okay.
Nailed that, right? Got a number out of the seller right away, 60,000.
How much is the property actually worth, Tanya?
About 68.
About 68?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always, when people give me a number 60,000, normally our next question is tell me a little bit about what you got going on. And if we're confused by the value that they gave, we ask, how did you come up with that number? I do like that question though. How much is the property worth right now? 68,000. So this does verify that the seller does have some sort of motivation to be selling on somewhat of a discount.
All right, so let's see. How's your day going so far? You got about 5 to 10 minutes for me? Okay. My name's Naaman Taylor. I just want to go through a quick 5 to 10 minutes, just kind of ask you a couple questions about the property, see what kind of offer we can get you approved for. Are you looking for a cash offer?
Yep.
Okay, so this is where Naaman is a student of the game, okay? So he loves to go to different people's masterminds, events, education programs. So he blends a lot of different people's theories into his closing style. So this is where, hey, he verified that they wanted to sell, got an asking price, and then now we're going down someone else's path. Hey, do you have 5 to 10 minutes for me? Just want to ask you a couple of questions. See if I can get an offer approved for you. I don't like using the word offer. I don't like saying get something approved for you. I want to be the shot caller on the call. So this is a little bit different. So far, he did verify, though, that, hey, they want to sell. He got a number, and he also now has verified that they want a cash offer.
Okay, so you're looking for a cash offer. If we're able to get you, an offer that makes sense for you today, you're definitely ready to sell it, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So what's got you looking to sell the property?
Excuse me?
What's got you interested in selling the property?
I just don't want to be a landlord. I'm just newly divorced, and it's just a lot. I don't want to deal with that.
All right. How long have you been renting this house in?
I just did. I have it long-time tenants in there, and I just the past couple of years I've had the bathroom completely gutted out, painted. I've had the floors done and new furnace put in. I put work into the house.
Okay, so here's like a critique that I would give Naaman here is that right out of the gates, he said, just want to make sure you want to sell. Yes. How much are you looking to get for it? 60,000. If he had followed the closer's formula and just said, well, tell me a little bit about what you got going on. Or in his words, why do you want to sell the property? She would have opened up about all this. Everything in between there that he asked was somewhat unnecessary and could have potentially turned the conversation negative. So I would almost say, hey, can we just edit that part out and just like go right into this question? Because this led to much better results than, hey, just making sure if I give you cash, you want to sell, do you want a cash offer? And then saying his name again and just different things like that. It's like, that was somewhat unnecessary. We could have just gotten right to this question. I would have preferred to have seen that.
Yeah. Tanya, how much have you spent on working the property?
How much time do we spend on the work?
How much money have you spent on the property so far?
I spent about maybe a good 20,000.
About 20,000. Okay. And how long have you owned it, Tanya?
Since I've owned it over 30 years.
Wow. So this house, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you own it outright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't owe anything on the house.
Oh, very good, very good. So the number we get you, you're gonna walk away with. That's awesome. I love getting people as much money as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you recently divorced. Is this something you're gonna have to split with your husband?
No, it's mine.
All yours. I love that for you.
All mine.
So that's a great question to ask when it's a divorce lead right there, because essentially what he did and the way that he phrased it, it was really intelligent. The way he phrased that is he was essentially asking, do I need to talk to your husband about this? Is your husband also a decision maker in this process, or am I talking to the decision maker? And the way he phrased it was really intelligent instead of being super blunt. Really like that move there by Naaman.
Yeah.
I love that for you. Is this the only house you own?
No, I own my own house that I live in.
Okay.
I'm not selling that one. I just want to sell, get rid of this one.
Just the one you're tired of renting out?
Yeah.
What's the rents on it right now?
Right now it's about $980.
Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
What's the most I can rent it out for?
Most you can rent it out for? I rented it out for $1,200, $1,400.
$1,400 is the max rent?
Yeah.
How come you're not getting $1,400, Tanya?
Because I didn't rent when I first rented it, I rented for $1,200. And then the tenant had been in there for a while, and then I did all this work. So the next person I rented to was just a younger kid, and so I just gave him a break.
Okay, so you just hooked them up?
Yeah.
So that was a really good question too, because essentially what he's trying to dig in there is, hey, is there something about the condition of the property? Or is this like a family member tenant? Or what was the reason why we weren't getting? If you can get $1,400, every landlord wants to get the full amount. So why aren't we getting the $1,400? Love that question. Getting the seller to really open up and do a lot more talking than what he's doing so far. So far, excellent. Just that small little tweak I would have made there. But dude, you also hear the amount of noise going on in the hallway. I mean, this is a chaotic scenario, right? He was probably on his way to use the restroom, and it's like, hey, come over here and have this conversation while everyone's walking around and we're being loud, and we're also going to slap a camera right in your face. So really good start to this conversation. I like where it's going.
Okay. Well, good for you. It's always good to take care of people.
Yep.
How long have you been thinking about selling the house, Tanya?
Off and on, probably about 6 months.
Okay. And if we got an agreement, put in place today, how soon would you want to close?
I would say maybe about a month. Maybe end of October.
Okay. End of October, about 30, 40 days, 45 days, something like that?
Yep.
So you've been thinking about it for 6 months, but now you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Why the sudden, change?
Well, I just don't want to deal with it.
Some of those things you gotta have.
When you say
I
you,
just don't want to deal with it. Like I said, I'm recently divorced. divorce, and so now I am paying mortgage on my home, and then I am paying insurance on the house, taxes on the house, both houses, and all that, and it's just a lot.
Oh, I got you. I understand that. So the property is currently occupied at $980 a month. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And how much longer is left on their lease?
They're like month to month right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm just like, yeah.
I got you. All right. And would it be easier if we, purchased the property and kept the tenant in place for you?
No, because they're looking to move anyway.
Oh, okay. So we gave them like a 45-day notice. That'd be great for them.
Yeah.
All right.
So did you see how his questions led to him unpacking the true motivation? She just divulged the true motivation right there. Hey, I'm paying the mortgage. I'm paying my house mortgage. I'm paying taxes on this property. I'm paying insurance on this property. And then, the tenants want to move out. So now she's looking at it as like, well, it's one thing if I'm collecting $980 and paying taxes and insurance, but it's another when it becomes vacant. Like, now is the time I've got to sell it before these tenants move out. He should really hammer that home when it gets time to try to close this deal, bring up, but the tenants are moving out, right? They're looking to move because that is her true pain and motivation at this point.
Okay, just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. We buy a lot of houses, and sometimes they don't want to leave, and it becomes an issue. But it doesn't sound like that's going to be the case here. Okay. Is there anybody else that would be upset if you sold the property and didn't talk to them first? Any kids or neighbors or anything like that?
No, what would a neighbor have to do with it?
People love their neighbors, especially whenever they've lived there for 30 years. People either they love their neighbors and hate their kids, or vice versa. So I always ask that.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, no real estate agents or lawyers or anything crazy like that?
Oh, heck no.
Okay, and let's say I get an agreement that makes sense for you. What's the next thing you'd have to figure out?
What you mean?
Like as far as with the property. Say we sign a document today, I'm going to buy the house. What's the next thing you'd have to figure out?
Nothing, just talking to the tenants and tell them. That's why I said by the end of next month. We'll have to figure out nothing.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Okay, what can you tell me about the property itself?
Like I said,
5 to 10 minutes before I ever asked that kind of question.
There was a little water damage in the basement, and I had them take out. The basement was fully finished, and so I had them take the drywall out. So now it's ready to, if you wanted to redo or whatever to the basement, it's ready for that. As far as taking the drywall out and all that stuff. And then, like I said, I had the bathroom completely gutted out and redone. New doors put on, all of the inside, the doors to like the bedrooms, the bathroom, all of that. Mm-hmm. And new furnace put in.
Okay, what else can you tell me?
It's a single family home.
So one thing I don't do is what's the age of the roof, what's the age of the HVAC, I don't do any of that. Ask questions, they get extended response answers.
Good, sharp.
If you look it up, it looks really decent from it's a nice looking house.
I'm looking at it right now, yeah. Looks like you did a lot of work to it.
Yeah, that was my first.
So Naaman, he kind of touched base on it there. He looked at the guy and he said, hey, once they start talking, what he did is great. He validated that he heard what the seller said. And then he just said, hey, what else can you tell me? Just keep going. The more that you tell me, the better it's going to be. And he's got to really open up and talking about the condition right now, right? So he pretty much at this point understands everything that he needs to know. And when he walked up, essentially Robert told him, hey, we could dispose this thing at $65,000. The seller wants $60,000. At some point in time, he's going to have to start talking about, the dollars and cents of this. I would like to see him start moving towards that, utilizing the pain and motivation of the tenant moving out here pretty quick to try to get this, somewhere. In my opinion, with the seller saying 60, he should be able to get this at 50,000. That's what I'm anticipating. He's probably going to shoot for and land on.
Home that I ever bought.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we're going to take it off your hands. So if you were in my shoes, Tanya, what was something you want to know about the house?
If I was in your shoes, I would want to know, like I told you, maybe about is there any water damage or, I don't know. That would be my thing about the basement. I would want to know water or How is the roof? There's no roof. Is there any roof damage? Something like that.
Is there any roof damage or water damage?
No. No. In the basement, the water comes in a little bit, but no.
When you say a little bit, what do you mean?
Well, like we had a real heavy rain. Even my basement at home got water in it, and it never has water in it.
Yeah, it does rain a lot in that area. All right, so I mean, based on me taking on the property, closing potentially in 30 to 45 days, I'll see if I can get that approved. The house needing that basement work and maybe a little updates and stuff, so I can get that $1,400 rent. What do you think is a fair price for the house?
Like I said, 60. That's what I
started at 60. Let's see what she
said. But I'm not gonna probably go no lower than 55, 50.
50. Okay.
Okay, so again, another blend of what I like to ask. Hey, if this is cash and we buy it as is with all those repairs, you kind of touched on that a little bit. And then there's no realtor commissions, and I cover the closing costs. So if you build in that value, you can normally get somewhere between a 10 to 20% price drop. He phrased it on, what do you think a fair price would be? The thing that I don't like about it, Robert's super pumped back there, right? Robert's like, oh, he's sick, and Robert's pumped up because this is a cool moment. But what I would say is the problem there is it still got her saying, well, like I said, 60, but I'm not going to go lower than 55 to 50. This now is like we're going to have to negotiate is what it feels like, where I would have rather have just gotten her like to build in that value and naturally price drop her self down to that, hey, well, if you're going to do all of that, then I'll do 50. So now that she said what she said, 60, but I won't go lower to 55 to 50, let's see where Naaman takes this.
Okay. Is the 50,000 negotiable at all?
I mean, that's me walking off with 50, not taking the whatever you got to do out of it. I would walk away with 50. I would be happy with that.
Well, that was easy. she just immediately accepted it. He did a really good job there of he took a very strong stance on the 50 negotiable. So that was an interesting way that he navigated that by getting her to say 60, then 55 to 50, and then when he heard the 50, that just became the new number.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to my underwriter, see exactly what we can get approved for. Can I put you on a brief hold?
Yeah.
Okay, give me about like 2 minutes, Tanya. Okay.
Okay, so not a fan of the underwriter. I don't know if this is like something he normally does. I think he does because he did it during the Closure Olympics. I don't necessarily understand it either because, I don't think he needs to do this. He was there. So now he's going to put her on hold. Maybe there's he feels like there's a way that he can get her from 50 down to 40 or something like that with the brief hold and talking to the underwriter. I don't think he's been comping. I think the gentleman whose lead this has been comping, though. But he already knew his number, right? Anything below 65 can become an assignment deal. So don't love the assignment. I've never been a big fan of, or the underwriter. I've never been a big fan of using the underwriter line.
Tanya, before I put you on hold, if I can get them to, say 50K is okay, would you be ready to sign today?
I mean, I have tenants in there, so I would want to make sure they're able to get out and all that stuff. So
yeah, but if I can get 50K approved, the 45-day closing that you want to, give them a heads up, anything else that would stop you from signing today?
No.
Okay, cool. I just asked.
45. I said 50.
No, I said 50. I just asked that though, Tanya, because I don't get it.
She got confused there. When he said 45 days, she thought he meant 45,000. I don't really ever ask that question if there's anything that's going to – I'm going to assume when I ask them at the beginning, hey, do you want to sell this property? Yes. I might ask them what their timeline is. He already got that, the 45 days. I'm not going to ask if there's anything that's going to hold this up because as much as I've seen people do this, right? I've been blessed to have the opportunity to watch a lot of highly talented people in this industry talk to sellers live like this, I've never really seen that question like go over like stellar with the seller, where it's like they're kind of like, what do you mean? We've already talked about it. Yes, I want to sell. Yes, I want the 50,000. Yes, I want the 45 days. And it seems like, if anything, it will open up an objection that wouldn't have been there had he maintained the strong posture and stance that he had with that 50,000. Like when he said 50,000 is the new number and she just accepted it, it's because it was like, because of the power that he had during that moment. So if he had kind of stayed in that posture with, okay, well, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to send you over an agreement that says we'll buy the property for the 50,000 and we'll close at the end of October. Let's go over it together and let's see if you have any questions. I think that might have gone a little bit better than asking the question right here. So a few little tweaks that I would do, but I think Naaman really likes the process he has, but I'm not a fan of like this moment right here. And he's about to follow it up, I think, with going on hold to speak to the fake underwriter too.
A ton of shots to go back here and try and get, you know, the money that you need on the property. So I just want to make sure before I go back here, we're doing our best on it and that we're getting a commitment. All right, so let me put you on hold and see if I can get you 50K.
Okay.
But Tanya, if they tell me something like 48 or something like that, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah. No, I want 50 because I said 60. So
okay.
50 will be, yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure. All right, let me put you on hold and see if I can get that approved.
Okay.
All right.
But you're killing it.
50 is MAM, right? Is that the number?
We got 2 on investors sold at 70. I think there's 20 in here if we do it at 50.
Get your contract.
I don't have my laptop. I don't have my computer from. My bad.
Who does your contracts?
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. All right. We'll get it
Type
up.
it up. You got all the information, right? 50K, Tanya, whatever her last name is.
You want her to have it in front of her?
Whatever her email is.
Okay, so he put her on pause because he wants the contract written up and he didn't have it. So I am curious if this was like, if he were in his office and he were doing this, would he have done the underwriter hold thing? It kind of leads me to believe that possibly not, which I hope that's the case. I love closers, man. He gets on the phone and it's just like, yeah, 50K, we're fist bumping. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to come back. I'm ask her one more question, put her back on hold, give you some time to type this up, and then have her open her email and sign it.
I have no internet here, bro. I just got here.
Yo, so what's happening?
So I just got her on hold while, what's your name again, bro?
Adam.
Oh, Adam types his
Adam's
contract.
about to make $20,000 on this deal.
Hey, yeah, so we'll just get this thing locked
I think we
up.
sell this to a landlord at 70 all day long.
Dude, if it's the rent's $1,400, it's a 2% rule. Like, that's a deal.
That's the deal.
What is the 2% rule?
Yeah, so the rent's the house is $70,000. So you get 2% return. The rent's $1,400. That's the max you'll get. So if we can rent it out for $1,400, 2% return.
Are you able to change the LLC name on your contract? Okay, because it looks like yours is already pre-filled. Do you want to use Naaman's and just switch your LLC to your name?
I had to send all the information to my girl. It's gonna take her a little longer too. Actually, she's off. We all stopped working at 5 on Friday. Hey, Tanya, you with me still?
I am.
Yeah, I just talked to my underwriter, Robert. He wants to know, you guys have any foundation issues over there? I know you mentioned something about the water in the basement. He got a little concerned.
No.
No foundation issues. Okay. All right. Cool. Anything about toilets backing up? Anything like that?
No.
All right. So no problem. Okay. They're taking that into consideration with the offer here. So let me let them know, and that.
Where are you calling me from?
I live in Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me let them know that there's no foundation issues and that there's no like toilets backing up or tubs backing up or anything like that. They just got a little concerned when I told them that there's a little leak in the basement or whatever when the heavy rain comes. So they just wanted to make sure. Okay. Okay, give me just a couple more minutes. Go. Get some more time, Adam. How long is this gonna take, bro?
How long is it gonna take?
Sorry, bro. 50K? 50.
Yeah, 50.
Okay, so he did this in the Closers Olympics as well with Foundation. He had a deal in Minnesota. And so in the Closers Olympics, this deal is in Illinois. So what's funny about that is like foundation problems are not that prevalent in the majority of the United States. Now, she did say about the water intruding into the basement, and so it made it somewhat of a valid question. I'm curious how often he brings that up, though, about foundation problems and how often that leads to that response right there, which is, where are you calling me from? Because that was a weird response to do. hey, my underwriter, the fake underwriter, mind you, and her response on that was a little kind of like, okay, go talk to your finance manager or underwriter or whatever. And then he comes back and he brings up the foundation. And then her response was, where are you calling me from? This is why I don't like that. I think he had her in a good spot. Would have rather have seen like to go for the kill instead of where we went here. But I also understand where he's coming from because he doesn't have any of his stuff, right? So he can't get a contract written up. So he's saying that, it's to buy some time, but also just an odd question and even more odd of a response from the seller.
You need it cheaper?
Yes.
Well, once we get some buyer feedback, we go work the renegotiate. But right now, this is a good.
Yeah.
Robert said we can get 7.
I think we can get 70 on this. We can get photos. You should ask her if she has any photos.
I'll get her to send it. Also, I'll get the tenants.
Yeah.
No send.
It's coming. It's coming.
No,
it's
you're fine, bro.
coming.
This is how this goes. Every day is what we do.
You guys are so
She's
cool
not
and
going anywhere. She's about to
collected.
get her 50K.
I get her 50K.
She's owned this for 30 years. She's probably older. Wants to take the cash out of this, float her on the other property. No, it won't work. You gotta sign. Otherwise, it's done. Do you want me to DocuSign it from my account?
Sure. Let me send you a copy.
Email it to me.
Tanya, you still there?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Robert had another question. We didn't talk about the HVAC.
You didn't talk about what?
The HVAC. Is there an air conditioning unit on the property?
Yeah.
When was the last time it was serviced or replaced?
It was serviced when I had about a year ago when I had furnace put in.
So how old is it exactly?
Oh, I'm not sure.
How much life we got left on that one, Tanya? Not 30 years, I hope. I hope 30 years. Hope it's not 30 years old.
No, it's not 30 years old. Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
Is it the same one that's been on the house since you've owned it, though?
No, it was replaced. I'm not sure when, though.
You got a guess for me? I got to give Robert something.
Maybe about, I don't know, maybe about 17, 18 years ago.
Okay, so not 30 years, but...
No.
Okay.
Confirm email, TLS.
Okay. And then he needs to know TLS. Was that you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me let Robert know about the 18-year-old HVAC real quick. It's just gonna be about 2 more minutes. I just gotta run back here and I'll come right back. Okay. I'm sorry. I should have asked you this earlier, Tanya. I just.
I mean, who are you with?
See, this is how. If you're the guy, you don't get that question. I'm just saying. I get it. Where he's trying to get the contract written up, we're in a hotel lobby and all of that, but man, this could have been avoided. The underwriter shit is shit. I would rather have awkward silence and let her. She wants to talk. Let her talk while we're doing stuff. Put her on mute and say, "Hey, write the contract up for $50,000." He should have done that, and like. As soon as she said 50 and he took that strong posture, he should have gone in for the close and he could have gotten this done and avoided all of the on hold and the underwriter and the foundation, the HVAC and all of that, because it's not changing the number, but it's leading to some bad questions. He had her in a good spot. The silence, I'm telling you, the silence that you give them by putting them on hold and saying that you're all talking to an underwriter or whatnot, puts them in a bad place. It doesn't put them in a good place. I don't like it.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, my name's Naaman Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah, our company is called Elm Holdings LLC.
It's called who?
Elm
Quick home offer.
Quick Home Offer.
Quick Home Offer.
Quick Home Offer. DBA Elm Holdings. Yeah, you'll see it here in a second. Let me go let Robert know real quick about the HVAC. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
We have the wrong closing date on here. We have the 30th. Did she want the 30th?
No, she wanted 45 days. She wanted like end of October. So put like on or before 10:30. Not.
You know what? I have the doc here. I'm going to change it right here.
You have better.
So this is no fault of theirs because it's kind of an impromptu thing. But I talk about being prepared to close is part of the battle. This is proof of it right here, right? Having a super easy contract that you understand, that you know how to write up, So as you're asking these questions and they say things like, I want to close at the end of October, you should be prepared to then look, see when is the end of October on a Friday, right? You don't want to pick Saturday or Sunday. So you look at your calendar, boom, plug that into the contract. So when you get that seller to say, I'm okay with 50,000, you could drop that in the DocuSign and get it sent out immediately.
Access.
Yeah.
That's why I love utilizing holds.
People
are just used to being
So calm, bro.
Robert's a stickler, bro. What's up? What's up with the foundation? What's up with the HVAC?
So what we're doing, October 30th?
October 30th.
30th?
Well, let me see. Let me pull up my calendar. October 27th. You got a transaction coordinator?
No.
Get David.
I'm new.
Get David to close this for you. All right, put in your info.
Okay, good to go.
All right.
Amateur hour.
It's okay. You'll figure this out as you do more of these.
Yeah.
The most important thing, always have your contract ready, merge fields ready. So all you got to do is enter the email and click send.
Emails.
Quick home offer. She's gonna see Elm something, right?
It says that on the thing on there.
Yeah,
It
so
says Elm.
that's what she's gonna see though.
Elm Holdings is the LLC.
Hey, we're doing business as Elm Holdings in this one because we're gonna keep it as a rental, Tanya. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Your entity name almost never matters.
Anya, right there. Okay, we're ready to send. All right, let's go.
Tanya, you still with me?
I am.
All right. Thank you so much for being patient with me here. I really appreciate it. All right. So I did get you approved for a cash offer. So I'm super excited on that here. Do you mind if I tell you a little bit how it is to work with us and our escrow process?
Your escrow process.
Yeah, like kind of how it's going to go once we get the agreement signed and things like that. What to expect.
What do
Language is important, okay? So here's the thing. We have our language that we use as real estate investors, and then sellers, they might only do this 1, 2, 3 times in their life. Escrow is a scary word. Look what's written down there right now. What do I need an escrow for, right? Hey, Tanya, real quick, what I want to do is I want to explain to you how the process is going to work. We're going to send you over our simple agreement right now. We're going to walk through it together, make sure we're on the same page. Once you assign that, we'll come out, we'll do our inspection. If everything's good, we're good to close at the end of October. Set those expectations for, of course, we want to do that, but language is important. So right here, this would be a small little tweak. I would take away the word escrow. That could be a very scary word, and it is to Tanya here, and let's see how he navigates this.
I need an escrow for? If I'm paying cash, I mean, if you pay me cash, what I need an escrow for?
Well, because we're still gonna, open the title at a title company and go through the entire process of getting the title clear. You understand that process, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once we get the agreement signed, we're gonna send over the title. They're going to run the title search, taxes, liens, judgments, any mortgage payoffs, anything like that. They're gonna be able to pull. But it doesn't sound like it's going to be the case with your property. I talked to our underwriters. We were able to get the 45 days approved for the closing. So that was a really good thing. And Robert wanted me to ask you, did you want to go in person to the title company to sign, or did you want us to send a mobile notary to your house?
No, I need to talk to somebody and sign and see what's going on.
Perfect. So I'll make sure that when we do the closing.
So see, he asked about the notary right there. He's been creating objections, in my opinion. Quite frankly, I feel like she might not have been a difficult seller if we wouldn't have given her so many options. We gave her options to become difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah, we get you scheduled to go into the office. Is that what you want?
What office is it?
Yeah, once we get the agreement signed, we're going to pick a local title company. Do you have a preference for one?
You said, wait a minute. You said get the agreement signed?
Correct. Once we get the agreement signed today.
I'm not signing nothing until I'm in person so I can see what's going on. I'm not signing nothing without being in front of somebody and reading something.
I got you.
That's what I'm not going to do.
I'm a little confused then, Tanya, because earlier I asked you, if I could get you the 45-day close and the 50K cash, if you'd be ready to sign today, you said yes. So I was just a little
Okay, but that's, are you going to give me the money today?
Well, what we have to do is once we get the agreement signed, get it sent over to the title company. So that way we can make sure it's clear title. I believe that you're the owner, but we got to legally make sure it's all done above board. But I'm sure you can understand that.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure you can understand that I'm not going to sign my house over to somebody without having something right there to guarantee me that I'm not getting scammed over the phone. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's kind of weird to sell your house to a perfect stranger, right?
Exactly.
But see, if he had explained the process better, I mean, the escrow really threw her for a loop. It got her guard way up here. I think, you know, if we had explained it a little bit with better language, and then also the underwriter, the putting her on hold, she became a different person. I mean, honestly, she was very open and like almost to the point where Naaman's questions were like, tell me a little bit more. What else you got going on? It was like great conversation. And then he got her from 60 to 50 and she was okay with the 50. And then we went into the world of what I hate, which is we make stuff up and we get into dumbassery. Let's see. We're running out of time here. I got a little bar down here on how long the video is. So see what magic Naaman can pull out here, because man, she's on guard.
Would you sell your house to Jeff Bezos though, Tanya?
To who?
Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk? You know those guys?
No, who is it?
You don't know those guys?
No, who is it?
Who's the richest person you know?
Who are the guys you're talking about?
They're the richest guys on the planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Well, who's the richest person you know?
It doesn't matter.
Like, I don't know. You know who Steve Harvey is?
Yeah.
Family Feud?
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you sell your house to Steve Harvey?
Not if I don't have nobody in front of me, because how do I know that's really Steve Harvey?
Well, if someone was representing Steve Harvey or Steve Harvey gave you a call and said, hey, Tanya, I want to buy your house, would you sell it to him? Typically,
Steve Harvey was in person.
Yeah, typically people, you know, will sell their houses to people like Steve Harvey because they know they got money, right?
Right.
He's got to explain to her that she's not selling the house over the phone. She's doing it in person at a title company. What she's doing right now is she is signing an agreement to open up title to then sell the house in 45 days like they agreed upon. He just hasn't explained that process well enough to her. Kind of like the analogy of where he was going with Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Steve Harvey, but she was so on guard. You know, she's still thinking about that escrow and underwriter, man.
Yeah. So if I was able to send you a proof of funds letter that I could send to your email right now to show you that we actually have money, would you be open to signing the agreement with me today?
No.
Nah, she don't care about proof of funds. And again, that is the thing that we say. Homeowners don't think about that. So what? You just gonna go send me a fake screenshot of a fake bank account? Now you're sounding more scammy. Go back and talk to your fake underwriter some more. Like, I just don't like that, man. Like, he's gonna have to really pull something out because she's owned this for 30 years. So assume that she was 20 and she's at least in her 50s probably. She's heavily on guard at this point, and this is hard to turn this back around.
No, because you could be, as much as people scam people, you could be. You could be anybody sending me anything. Anybody can send anything over the internet.
I agree.
And so I am not going to just sign my house over to somebody and I don't have the money in my hand or a check in front of me no, I can't do that.
I get that, Tanya. I completely understand that. Do you have your, are you able to like Google something for me?
Yeah.
Can you Google me, Naaman Taylor, Naaman, like from the Bible?
Okay.
N-A-A. I just want to show you I'm a real person.
Okay.
Have you Googled me?
Yeah, you on Facebook.
You see my Facebook?
That's what it took me to.
Do you see my family?
Okay.
I'm a real person. I live in Dallas, Fort Worth, just like I told you. I just want to show you who I am, all right? Because I got a good idea who you are. I got your phone number, the house you own. All right, we're having a good chat here. We've been here for about 30 minutes. I just want you to know who I am, what it is that we do. You can see that we own a lot of real estate. We buy a lot of houses in your area. Do you see all that?
I'm seeing. Okay, I don't see. I guess I'm not Googling you.
It's like a weird term.
Yeah, she's got to feel comfortable with you. The other thing I think you watch to it too is like she's not actually handing over the property. You're not selling the house today.
That's what she's gonna feel like.
Thank you, Robert.
We're giving you an offer. You're accepting the
And
offer.
still don't say nothing about real estate.
Then we're gonna.
Really?
Nothing about real estate.
What do you see?
I see Lincoln, executive.
Real estate investing.
Let's have our photo.
Yeah.
Multi-million-dollar real estate. That's you?
That's me, man. You got FaceTime?
Yeah.
I'll give you a call, just so you know who you're talking to.
Oh, wait a minute. That's still not.
Miss Tanya, what's going on, Miss Tanya? How are you?
She's the ooh ah. The FaceTime is powerful. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the turning point for Naaman. He said, "All right, she's looked me up. I'm gonna FaceTime her and see how this goes."
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I didn't realize you were in the car. I thought you were in your house.
I'm in the car.
Yeah, I'm giving you a call here. I'm at my house, just hanging out. Just trying to buy a house up there. We do a lot of rentals up there. I'm gonna give you a call here, show you I'm a real person, show you what we look like online. That's social proof of who we are. What I'm sending you in your email though isn't actually me buying the property. It's just an agreement that we're gonna send to the title company. And then my transaction coordinator, her name's Angela. She's gonna give you a call, and you guys are gonna go through the process of what it looks like to actually sign the document, set a date on when we're actually gonna give you the money for your property. You have any questions about any of that?
Yeah. I still don't want to do it like that.
Okay, how would you like to do it?
I told you, I want to walk into somewhere. I want to see, talk to somebody, sign the papers like I'm buying a house. I want to sell my house just like I bought my house.
Oh, I got you. So it's really not even a matter of the terms or anything like that. Me and you verbally we're good. It's just more you want to go to a title office and sign the documents.
Yeah, because I'm not doing this. No.
I get you.
I signed my house over, and no, I'm not doing that.
I understand that. So if I set up a time tomorrow for you to go to the title company and sign the documents, you'd be willing to do that?
Yeah, do it tomorrow. I got a lot of going on.
Oh, you know what? Today's Friday. It ain't open tomorrow anyway. If we, Miss Tanya, if we set something up for Monday, would that work for you?
I would have to figure out what time because I got to work.
So
yeah.
Here's what we can do. Since we both agree this is something we want to do and move forward with. Let's set a time for Monday that we can get you set up at the title company. What we'll see what's available, and then I'll just have one of our guys give you a call back and see if you're available during those times, and then we'll get you in to sign the agreement. Okay?
Okay.
What you got planned this weekend, Miss Tanya?
How much did you come up with?
We got it. We got your proof of the money you wanted, $50,000.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll get you your $50,000. Right. We're gonna close in 45 days. We're gonna keep, we're gonna do everything we agreed on. We got to put it all together here. So what we can do is I'll just have it sent over. Well, we'll let you know what title company it is. We'll get it sent over, and then on Monday we'll sit down and get it all hashed out. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Good chatting with you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right.
Okay, so that's Naaman's closed deal there. Curious to see how that one turned out because I'm assuming they posted online that they found a way to get her to go into a title company and sign that contract. Again, I think some of it was unnecessary. So my verdict here is it is very obvious Naaman Taylor is a closer, okay? He's very smooth on the phone. He has a process in which he goes through pretty seamlessly. I mean, he's a rock star. He's checking off all the boxes. Throughout, though, in my opinion, there are unnecessary steps in Naaman's process that if he edited it out, I can almost guarantee you he would close more deals without some of those steps than whatever deals he thinks he's closing or closing deeper because of those steps. We saw it in this call here. I do think she became a different person when he strayed away from the posture that he had, the position that he put himself in. He really asserted himself when she said 50,000 and he said, boom, that's the number. Let's do this. And then when he inserted the fake underwriter and putting on the hold and using the wrong language like escrow and all of that, it really kind of, it elongated the process, right? It made the conversation, in my opinion, a lot lengthier than it needed to be. And then also potentially even adding the step of having to contact the title company, ask the title company if she could come in and sign the contract and all those things. At the end of the day, Naaman Taylor is a rock star closer. I just would make those few little edits. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Let me know what you think about Naaman Taylor's closing style in the comments, and we will see you next time on The King Closer Reacts. Thank you, guys.